What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jimmy, and we're back with another reaction to yet again another trailer. Now, I know it's been a while since I posted up on this channel. Just a lot of things going on with school, so I do apologize for not having put out a reaction in a little bit. I have been wanting to watch this trailer for a while and haven't seen it yet. I've been avoiding a lot of social media in regards to this specific trailer because it's very near and dear to me. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. And just recently during the Super Bowl, they did put out the trailer for the Rings of Power trailer, which is going to be a series that is coming in the fall to Prime Video. This is going to be some sort of a series that I'm assuming is going to depict what happened when all of those other Rings of Power were given out. Because obviously Lord of the Rings focuses on the one ring that rules them all. Now, me personally, I absolutely love the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I love the Hobbit trilogy too, but it just doesn't compare to, you know, the original Lord of the Rings with Frodo, Samwise, having Aragorn, the king. There's been a lot of arguments and debates I've seen on like message boards and fan pages of Lord of the Rings, and I gotta just say something because I feel as though people are not as open-minded as I thought they would be. And honestly, I didn't know what was coming with this trailer. I mean, I did see the stills, the pictures of the different characters that would be in this series. And wouldn't you know, it's 2022. And we have some brown and dark-skinned elves and dwarves. And people were getting very upset about this, saying that, oh, it's not canon. When I read the books, you know, elves are supposed to be fair skinned, you know, white, and there's no such thing as a black dwarf woman. First of all, you sound very, very, one, ignorant, and two, very stupid, because let's get this out there. There's no such thing as an elf or a dwarf.
Stupid.
So the fact that you're even, and I'm not saying everyone that watches this is, you know, taking this viewpoint, but I will say that from what I've seen online, if you have heard of these comments about, oh, this is disgusting, I mean, like literally some of these chats are absolutely horrible. But it just goes to show that I guess racism still is alive, but it is a learned behavior. You're not born with these beliefs. And I think that it's beautiful that people of color, people that look more like me, can be in shows like this that were 100% dominated by white, mainly male actors, and obviously there were female actresses as well. But I just want to put that out there, like, you know, this is a fantasy, you know, fantasy series, fantasy trilogy, and, you know, I think that it's very progressive for things like this to happen, for more people, more minorities, more women to be in the forefront of these big, you know, whether it be a big movie release or big series. You know, even now, I can use another example in the new Batman movie that I am going to see tomorrow, and I'm so excited for it. Jim Gordon is played by a black male. Selena Kyle, Catwoman, is played by Zoe Kravitz. and she is also African American. Let us not be, I guess what I'm trying to say with all this is, don't be so naive to think that there is only one image of power and strength and bravery and courage depicted by one shade of skin. And if that is you, I'm so sorry that you were raised that way, but it's not reality. It's not what I subscribe to, and I don't think you should subscribe to it either. So that being said, spread love and positivity. Every man was created equal, and we're all created in God's image. Okay, so I know I never usually go on a rant like this before a video, but it just was really bothering me seeing all this stuff online, seeing all the hatred that was being displayed, and not to mention the things that are going on in the world right now. You know, life is short. It's too short for you to dislike something because of the way somebody looks. And if that is you, listen, I'm praying for you and hope that, you know, God will do something in your heart to bring change into your life. So we're going to be watching the trailer for this series. Once again, The Rings of Power. Super excited. This was released during the Super Bowl. I don't want to wait any longer, and I'm sure I've been talking long enough about the topic for y'all to get the message. So without further ado, let's get into this trailer.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there? There's wonders in this world beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
Oh my God, so beautiful. Oh, before the Fellowship. Oh my God. You don't know how much this trailer means to me. I mean, I know I get hype about movies and trailers. I mean, we're talking about me here. I mean, I love reacting to these trailers because I love movies, and I love big creations like this. And really, they just gave us a snapshot of, you know, different creatures and characters that will be in this. Lord of the... All right. So if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, and you think, oh, well, that's... Maybe you're one of those that saying, well, I don't really like fantasy. I don't really like stuff like that. I encourage you to just try it. I know the movies are long, but it paints a very vivid, powerful story about overcoming the odds, about not giving up when the going gets tough. There's so much like good moral values that are depicted in Lord of the Rings. You know, there's scenes of bravery, scenes of friendship and love and overcoming all of this evil that's in this world that is very akin to the world that we live in now. I mean, I've watched Lord of the Rings at least, and I'm talking about all three of the movies, I'd say over 100 times. What? Because it's just such a well-written story, such good character development, the cinematography, everything. And we're talking about, and I don't want to be wrong here, so I'm actually gonna, I'm going to Google it just to make sure that I am correct. The very first movie that was released was The Fellowship of the Ring, and if you saw in the trailer, this takes place before The Fellowship, and I'm assuming even before Bilbo had found the ring and had to help the dwarves get back into the mountain and help Thorin get back to his rightful heir on the throne. If that's the case, we're going to get to see an even larger view of what was already a humongous world, which is called Middle-earth. Now, the reason why this is just such an important series for me is because, man, Lord of the Rings just like helped me through so many tough times. You know how many times I've had like a rough week or a rough day, and you could just put Fellowship of the Ring on and just smile. Like, it was just such an incredible, moving story. And I would just watch it over and over and over again, and you'd always pick up something new, like, wow, look at that compassion. Or, you know, when the way Samwise Gamgee would talk to Frodo sometimes, like, wow, you know, I would really love to have a friend like that, you know, to have that undying loyalty like that. There's just so many good moral values that you can pick up. So, like, I say all that to say this: if you aren't a person that likes fantasy movies, I may say other fantasy movies and other fantasy series you don't necessarily need to watch, but at some point in your life you gotta watch Lord of the Rings, because it's just timeless. That's the best word I can use to describe what this movie was, what we witnessed over 20 years ago. This came out in 2001. Now it's 2022, and they are giving us something that happened way before Frodo was commissioned with this task of ending it all. The trailer doesn't give us much except for what the world is going to look like. And I'm just so excited because in 20 years' time, technology has advanced so very, very much that I think if the writers are fans, just like how I and some of you watching are fans, if they have the same attitude towards Lord of the Rings as we do and took the same level of passion to the care in the writing of this series, this is potentially going to be a classic. And hey, listen, a lot of times things got redone, sequels are made, they flop, I get it, you know. And even if you're a diehard fan and you're still not sold on this, I get that too. But this goes to the LOTR fans, the real ones. You're not going to not watch this. You're going to have to witness what the new technology can do and depict the world that we've loved to watch for the past 20 years. So I'm super thankful that I'm still alive when this is happening, because sometimes you don't get to see stuff get reimagined. You know, I think about Tron Legacy, right? I mean, the first movie came out in the 80s, and Tron Legacy maybe came out like 2011, 2010, somewhere around there. we're talking about a 40-year span, and a lot of people they didn't live to see the new one, and they probably loved the first one, which the story was great, but the technology was just not there yet when they created that movie. And then to see Tron Legacy bloom and be, in my opinion, one of the most aesthetically and sonically pleasing movies that you will ever watch, I feel blessed to have that opportunity to be able to witness that. So I say that to say, if you are a Lord of the Rings fan and you're one of those saying, well, this can't, I don't know why they're doing this, they shouldn't touch Lord of the Rings, it's perfect the way it is, be open-minded. You might be pleasantly surprised. And I might get a lot of flack for this too. I'm going to give you another example. The Matrix. Another classic. Another timeless fantasy trilogy. The Matrix 1 came out in 99. Last year, 2021. 22 years later. Somehow, they came out with a new movie where Neo's still in it and still alive. And I absolutely loved what the Wachowskis did with this new reimagining, and just to take that story and do it justice. So I'm going to put my faith in the people that made this. I'm sure had to have been passionate, avid Lord of the Rings fans to get behind this project and put that much time and care into it. I mean, just off of the first look, there's gonna be CGI, but I mean, the scenery, the cinematography, the music, the elements of a classic are there. Now it's just a matter of, will the story execute what we all want? In my opinion, I think it will do just that. That being said, I'm going to say that you should definitely stream it. If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, do yourself a favor, watch all three. So even though the Hobbit movies came out after Lord of the Rings, I'm talking to the people that haven't seen Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit is actually a prequel trilogy to the Lord of the Rings. If you want to watch it in chronological order, watch the Hobbit trilogy first and then watch Lord of the Rings. But me personally, I love watching the way it was released. Lord of the Rings first and then the Hobbit trilogy after. But hey, you're still going to have an amazing time. We're talking about 36 hours, which sounds like a lot. I know it's a lot. But 36 hours of just masterpiece behind masterpiece behind masterpiece. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching my videos. If it's your first time to this channel, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and drop a comment. You know, please keep it positive. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't want to see negativity on there. This channel is all about spreading love and positivity. Remember, we're all created in God's image, so be nice, be kind in the comments. But let me know, you know, are you a Lord of the Rings fan? Have you never seen Lord of the Rings? You know, are you gonna watch this series, or do you feel like it's not worth watching? Drop me a comment, let me know. Also, I react to a bunch of other things, movie trailers. I do want to get into video game trailers. I haven't really got one yet that I wanted to react to. There are more movie trailers that I am going to be reacting to as well. But let me know, what would you like to see me react to next? I'll be happy to look at it, and who knows, you might see your suggestion here on Screen It or Stream It. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and God bless.